Today we've got the presidents of a couple of those other organizations who just want to say a couple of quick words to the crowd. And Elisabeth Ballerman from the Health Sciences is right here. So I will turn it over to her and I'll stand really close to her.
All right, Mr. Premier, when I look in my mirror, I'm quite comfortable with seeing somebody who has consistently supported progressive taxation, including appropriate corporate taxes. When I look at the magnifying side of my mirror, and that's like what I say, when I look at the magnifying side of my mirror, I see 24,000 health professionals who have consistently supported the idea of progressive taxation, who continue to provide services to Albertans regardless of cuts, and who are breaking down because they don't have the resources to be able to provide you the services. So any cuts to public services will be a cut on Albertans, and it will be a cut on women because women disproportionately are members of the public service. So let's stop this attack on the public service, let's stop this attack on Albertans, and let's stop this attack on women in this province. Mirror, mirror! Mirror, mirror on the wall! Who's responsible for this shortfall?
Thanks, Elizabeth. Heather? Yeah. So Heather Smith, President of the United Nurses of Alberta.
I understand. Yeah, okay. I understand there's a new hashtag. It's called Albertans Blame Prentice. So I'm here. I'm part of United Nurses of Alberta. 25,000 registered nurses, registered psychiatric nurses on the side. At the side and on the side, not only of our patients, residents and clients, but all Albertans. Just a couple comments. Earlier this week, Lauren Gunter in the Sun column said that Mr. Prentice has a longer-term plan, that he plans over the next 3 to 4 years to reduce public sector wages to the national average. Now, public sector wages in this province are only about 7% above the national average. We won't talk about how far above the national average private sector and our MLA salaries are. But my point is, Mr. Premier, if the national average for public sector workers is the right place to be, then why don't we have a same national average when it comes to taxes in this province? We wouldn't have to be here today but for decisions made in the past. And we want this government to make informed and evidence-based decisions when it comes to what this province needs, whether it's health or education or elsewise. And that does not come from the Fraser Institute, Mr. Premier. So I'm going to look in my mirror. I see somebody who, like Elisabeth, has supported fair taxation, a return on our investments, and I'm going to click my ruby boots. It is, after all, winter still in Alberta. So I'm going to click my ruby boots and hope for a day, to return to the day when Albertans got a fair return on our resources. Yes! It's not working. Oh, right. I know why. We have to have an election and have a government that actually will get us the fair return. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Heather.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Mirror, mirror.
Yeah, Lori. Yeah, so, and yeah. I will.
He's got a list.
Sorry. Organized labor is not always so organized. So our next speaker is Leanne Kalen, who's going to speak to us on behalf of the Canadian Union of Public Employees. Lori?
So Premier Prentice stated that the government will not ask Albertans to tighten their belts without tightening its own first. And it begins with collective bargaining. Instead of gazing into a mirror, the Premier may want to look at the real issue, Alberta's revenue problem. Alberta corporations pay the lowest taxes in Canada, Alberta's flat tax. If you earn over $200,000 a year, you pay the lowest taxes in Canada. If you earn $40,000 a year, you pay some of the highest taxes in Canada. Many frontline public employees have already taken a number of zeros in recent years. Some may have lost or will lose our pension through reduction in hours or through privatization. We have already tightened our belts. Do more with less is something we are very familiar with, working in the front lines. We all need to vote. We need to encourage anyone who will listen to vote. The provincial election could be called in a matter of weeks, possibly right after the budget is delivered. It's time to ask your local MLA and your local candidates, do they support strong public service? Do they support fair collective bargaining? Then ask yourself, are their values the same as yours? There is no better time to lobby politicians than when they want something from you, and that is your vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.